My name is Thach Nguyen, and what I would like you to take away from my story today is something I have learned personally, which is what I call the law of contribution. The law of contribution states that the level of your happiness and success is in direct proportion to the number of people you serve selflessly. Proverb 11:24 said it like this: one man give freely, yet grow all the richer. Another withhold what he should give, and only suffer want. Buddha said it like this: when you see someone who is practicing giving, aid him joyfully, and you will obtain vast and great blessing. They said it first, but today I have adopted it as my own personal philosophy, my own personal principle to live my life from. So I hope to inspire all of you today to actually adopt these principles and begin living your life through contribution. So before I get into detail about the law of contribution and the process that I use to live the law of contribution, let me share with you a little story about myself. I was born in Vietnam in 1970. My family evacuated from Vietnam in 1975 when the war ended. My dad worked for the U.S. government and got word that the Vietnamese communists is coming into South Vietnam and invading and taking over South Vietnam within 24 hours. My dad, my mom was pregnant with my sister, and my 4 brothers all packed everything into one suitcase with less than $100 and we left the country forever. We landed in San Diego, lived in a homeless shelter there for a while, and then we got shipped up to Tacoma, Washington for a few months from there. We met a guy named Charles Zettler who changed my life and my family's life forever. He sponsored our family out of the shelter to live with them and his mom. Charles and his mom was a huge contributor to my family. His mom, you guys, used to drive my dad into work, 45 minutes one way. She'd drive back home. Then she'd drive back in at 5 o'clock, pick my dad up. Then she'd drive back home every day for 7 months. Charles co-signed for my dad for his first car. These are just some of the example contribution they did to purely strangers. This is my first time ever experiencing contribution with no agenda. I started my real estate career in 1991 at the age of 21. My only focus back then was making money, and it was all about me, Thach. I was very successful, but I was not very fulfilled. I was very driven with my own agenda. I was extremely forceful, and my only concern was what Thach needed. Who cares about everyone else? And then I had a big disaster, a major, major breakdown in my life. This woke me up. And this big disaster gave me the opportunity to reinvent myself, which I did. And so basically, what I learned from all this was life isn't all about me. That true happiness, true fulfillment has to be beyond this guy named Thach. Had to be going outside of me. And so I started focusing and figuring out what could I do and contribute into the world versus what I could get from the world. And from that point, my life shifted. And my life never been the same again. So today I'm here to share with you a powerful process that I use in my daily life to live the law of contribution. I use this process, folks, with everyone I come in contact with, every person that get introduced to me, and especially every person I already know. I call this process the gift. The gift. The gift is based on the law of contribution. And again, the law of contribution states that the level of your happiness and success is in direct proportion to the number of people you serve selflessly. So the more you serve, the more blessing and the more fulfillment you have experienced. So the gift is very simple. Anyone can give the gift. Mom, entrepreneurs, CEOs of company, world leaders, don't matter. It's simple. Anyone can do it. And you can do it at any time. So let me show you how to give the gift. What's a great philosophy without knowing how to do it? I'm going to show you the 4 simple steps of giving the gift. These are the 4 steps that I use every day when I come in contact with every human being. And this is the step that give me fulfillment and give me joy in the presence. Step 1, how to give the gift. When you meet anyone, connect deeply with others. Connect deeply with others. There's 2 important aspects to this step. One is be interested in others. Get out of yourself. The second part of that is every person you meet is important. So step over no one. You never know who you meet that can help you manifest your deepest desire. Step 2, how to give the gift. Discover what they're up to. Discover what they're up to. Really understanding what others need is a big, big idea. Find out what they're working on. Find out what's important to them. Find out what kind of dreams and goals and projects they're working on and seeing how you can actually move it one step forward for them. Step 3 on how to give the gift. Contribute on the spot. Contribute on the spot. Offer ideas, advice, connection, support, whatever it takes to help them move their goals and dreams and projects one step forward. The more you understand what others are seeking, the larger the contribution you can make to them. That is my job every time I meet someone. The 4th step on how to give the gift. Watch the miracle occur in your life. Watch the miracle occur in your life. The more you contribute to others, the more others naturally want to contribute to you. When I talk about miracles, what I'm talking about is unexpected good fortune. Unexpected good fortune. It could come from someone you have contributed to directly. Or it could come from someone you don't even know. Or a source you would never, ever even expect it. I call that field. Now the gift, folks, those are the 4 steps of how to give the gift. They're very simple. But let me tell you, it ain't always easy. Let me tell you why. Because your ego and our agenda get in the way. So let me tell you a true story about the gift. This is just recently. I get a phone call from a gentleman. He says, "Can I have a meeting with you?" I said, "Great, let's have a meeting." We sit down, and he started to ask me about my story and how I came, where I came from, and about real estate and everything. And of course, when I meet with somebody, I instantly go into step 1, connect deeper with them. My natural thing I always do is find out what they're up to, find out why they're here, why they want to meet me, find out what they're working on, and just start discovering that and see how I can contribute. So at the end of the meeting, nothing came out of it. We just had a great meeting and great lunch. So we went on our way. A few months later, he called back and he says, "Can I meet with you again?" I'm thinking, okay. So we meet again. So we did the same thing. I connected with him, find out more what he's up to. I'm really intrigued, like, what's this guy want? So, of course, I'm digging to trying to find out. And so the guy asked me about how's the market doing and, what kind of real estate do you own and who manages your property, blah, blah, blah. And then it ended. We went on our way again. A few months later, he called back and he said, can I meet with you again? Now, let me tell you, the old Thach would have said nicely, don't have time for you. You ain't buying, so step aside. Because it's all about transaction, not human being connection. So I said, great, I'm going to go with the flow. Right? Sat down, met with him again. He asked him more about investing and this and that. And I asked him, are you interested in investing in real estate? Why do you ask? No, not really, just curious. So that meeting ended, nothing happened, went about our way. So one day he called me, and he said to me, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, he really just got real. Come to find out, he's a very wealthy gentleman in the community. He was actually just trying to connect with me and just to see who I am as a human being. Can I work with this guy? What is his philosophy about? What is who he is? Because most people, they don't invest in projects. They don't invest in things that you do. They invest in you. And so he wanted to know me. And so he said to me, now I'm comfortable with you. So I want to invest in buying a lot of real estate. In the few months I worked with him, he already spent over $5 million in real estate. Multiple transactions. Pay cash for it. And he says, I'm not finished yet. Today, he's a good friend of mine. And he's a great client. The moral of the story, folks, what if I would have met him on the third time and says, what if he would have said, yeah, I'm thinking about investing. I start putting my own agenda and seeing how I can make more commission. And start manipulating him, tell him what I need him to, tell him what I want him to hear so he can actually invest. So here's the key point. 1, contribute with no agenda. Put your agenda in the back burner when you meet people and give them the gift. And then 2, when you help people, truly find out what's truly helpful for them. Not what's important, and what's important to them, not what is important to you, not what you think they should need. Does that make sense? So I want to close by saying this. Give the gift daily. Give the gift to every person you come in contact with. Every person that you get introduced to. Every person that you already know. Because you don't know who the right person is going to show up. Or who can help manifest your deepest desire. You don't have to go look for opportunity, folks. Because opportunity shows up every day. Just use those opportunities in front of you to practice giving the gift. When you can master giving the gift and the law of contribution, I'm going to promise you from experience, you're going to experience so much joy, so much happiness, so much fulfillment you can't even imagine. And when you can experience those emotions, it expands. And when it expands, watch the miracle occur in your life. So, remember the principle of the law of contribution. The level of your happiness and success is in direct proportion to the number of people you serve selflessly. Thank you for your time today.